Hurt Me, Chapter 5 Summary. Accountability Mirror. Taking Control of Your Life. Chapter 5 is one of the most important and transformative chapters in Can't Hurt Me. In this chapter, David Goggins explains how he completely changed his life by taking brutal responsibility for who he had become. This chapter proves that real change begins only when excuses end. 1. Hitting absolute rock bottom. By the time this chapter begins, David Goggins is living a life far away from his true potential. He is almost 300 pounds, working as a pest control technician, living without discipline, ashamed of his reflection, mentally weak and physically unhealthy. Every day, he enters houses spraying for cockroaches and insects. While doing this job, he feels humiliated and angry at himself. He knows deep inside that he is capable of more, but he avoids that truth by living comfortably. Instead of pushing himself, he eats unhealthy food, watches TV endlessly, sleeps excessively, makes excuses. He realizes something painful. I wasn't unlucky. I was lazy and undisciplined. This realization hurts, but it is necessary. 2. The spark. Watching Navy SEAL training. One night, while watching TV, David sees a documentary on Navy SEAL training, Bud S. The footage shows men freezing in cold water, endless physical punishment, extreme mental pressure, many candidates quitting. Instead of fear, Goggins feels anger and curiosity. He asks himself, why can't I do that? Then he walks to the mirror, and what he sees disgusts him. He doesn't see a warrior. He sees a man who chose comfort over courage. This moment becomes the turning point of his life. 3. Creating the accountability mirror. Goggins realizes that motivation will not save him, so he creates a system. He places sticky notes all over his mirror with harsh truths written on them. You are fat. You are weak. You are undisciplined. You are wasting your life. This is not self-hatred. This is self-honesty. The mirror becomes a daily confrontation with reality. Then he adds solutions. Lose weight. Study every day. Train even when tired. Fix weaknesses instead of avoiding them. The accountability mirror becomes his coach, his judge, and his tracker. 4. No more negotiation with the mind. Goggins understands something critical. Motivation comes and goes. Discipline stays. So he removes choice from his life. Training becomes non-negotiable, no matter how he feels. He wakes up early. He trains. He studies. He improves. He stops asking, do I feel like it? Instead, he asks, what must be done? This mental shift changes everything. 5. Extreme physical pain and obesity. At nearly 300 pounds, running is brutal. His body suffers knee pain, ankle injuries, back pain, blisters, breathing difficulty. But Goggins refuses to quit. He runs slowly. He walks when necessary, but but he never stops trying. He learns that pain is not always a warning. It is often a test. Suffering reveals who you really are. This stage builds his mental toughness. 6. Studying despite learning weakness. To become a Navy SEAL, Goggins must pass the ASVAB exam. Math is his biggest weakness. In the past, he avoided studying. This time, he does the opposite. He studies for hours every day, repeats lessons until he understands, accepts being bad at first, refuses to quit. Slowly, improvement comes. This teaches him an important lesson. You are not stupid. You are untrained. 7. Losing 100 pounds through discipline. Goggins commits to losing weight in a short time to meet SEAL requirements. He trains daily, running, biking, swimming, calisthenics. He eats clean. He cuts junk food. He controls his habits. The weight drops rapidly, but the real change is not physical. It is mental. He becomes someone who keeps promises to himself, does hard things daily, faces discomfort without fear. 8. The cookie jar concept begins here. As training gets harder, Goggins begins storing mental victories. Every hard workout, every painful run, every day he doesn't quit, he mentally stores these moments like cookies in a jar. Later, when his mind tells him to quit, he reaches into this cookie jar and reminds himself, "You've suffered before. You survived. Keep going." This becomes a powerful mental weapon. 9. Ownership without excuses. The biggest lesson of Chapter 5 is ownership. Goggins stops blaming his past, his father, racism, poverty, bad luck. He accepts full responsibility, not because life is fair, but because ownership gives power. When you take control, nothing can stop you. 10. The Chapter 5 challenge. At the end of the chapter, Goggins challenges the reader. Create your own accountability mirror. Steps: write down your weaknesses honestly. Place them where you see them daily. Add action steps next to each weakness. Track progress. Do the hard thing every day. This challenge is uncomfortable, but life-changing. Key lessons from Chapter 5. Fire brutal honesty is power. Fire discipline beats motivation. Fire pain is a teacher. Fire weakness must be confronted. Fire ownership creates freedom. Why Chapter 5 is so powerful. This chapter shows that transformation does not require talent, luck, perfect conditions. It requires truth, discipline, daily suffering, accountability. This chapter is where David Goggins is reborn, not as a Navy SEAL yet, but as a man who refuses to quit. Conclusion. Chapter 5 proves that you don't need inspiration, you need standards. The accountability mirror is not just a tool, it is a lifestyle, a daily war with the mind. And once you win that war, nothing can hurt you